What's up, y'all? I thought I'd take y'all through a quick bicep workout. I think I'm just gonna show y'all the right side today because my left, I got some pains and stuff, and I'm not gonna go heavy with the left. I'm just gonna do light loads and a lot of volume with the left. You know, my right was the one that was hurt for the longest time, and my left was feeling good. But now that my right's feeling good, my left I think feels like it needs a break, so it's not feeling the best. So yeah, and even my right hand or my right arm, which is feeling better. I'm not gonna like max or anything today. I don't know, the last time I maxed, I'm like so close to a pretty big tournament right now that I don't think it's smart for me to max out. So I'm gonna go up to something pretty heavy and then see how many reps I can do with it, and then I'm gonna do drop sets. Leading up to my top set, I'm gonna keep the numbers pretty low to conserve my energy for the top set. So I'm thinking I'm probably gonna do like a set of 10, 9, 8, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and then I'll do as many reps as I can with the top set. So I'm using a cone-shaped Fat Grip. Shout out to my dad who actually made these, the Tyler grip. So 30 pounds. I'll probably go a little bit lower than parallel to the floor or 90 degrees as a slider, but once it gets more like maximum weights, I might not go quite so low. Like 4 or something. And the goal with this too is not to like stand up. So keep your butt on the bench and actually move your arm. Try not to talk too much because I'm like, it's messing my count up. I think that was about 10 though. And yeah, I'm just going real light with the left, so I won't show y'all this part because it's not interesting. So yeah, I'm getting ready for the East vs. West qualifier tournament that's coming up February 18th. So I have like the rest of this week to work out. I'll work out the next week after that, and then I'm gonna take the week of the tournament off. I did my last table time this last Saturday. I worked out. I've pulled with my brother the last 2 weekends, and this last weekend we pulled for like 45 minutes straight. So yeah, I'm trying to prepare. And I still feel pretty new to the sport, honestly. I mean, I've been pulling for probably like 3.5 years or so, maybe even going on 4 years. But I was freaking injured for like over a year. I mean, maybe even like 1.5 years or close to it. And yeah, I mean, I'm hoping for the best at this tournament, but you never know what's gonna happen. And hopefully I get a good result. I feel like I'm doing what I can to be prepared and to be ready for it. But should be some stiff competition. I mean, there's not a 220 class. I was gonna cut to 220, but the qualifiers are for 200 and 242 and super and 170, I think. So I definitely am not getting down to 200 and super heavyweights. No, thank you. But so the 242 class, I mean, that's a tough class. There's some strong dudes in the 242s. Here's 35. And just going for 9 this time. I'm gonna stick with the stupid 8-pounder for sets of 50 for the left hand. Alright, I got 8 with 40. I just got back from training with my client, and we did a couple of like HIIT workouts. Let me think. The first one was jump rope, kettlebell swings, and push presses. And then the second one was crunches, push-ups. I don't know, I might have these in the wrong order, but crunches, push-ups. I forget, and some other workout. So I've already kind of done some general training, and I'm already pretty warm. And again, I don't want to do too much volume on the way up to my top set because I want to have as much energy as I can for the top set today. So 8 reps with 40. And painful, boring, light rehab. And although I think there's definitely a time and place to like stay tight and come off the bench and you know, almost keep an isometric hold in the elbow and bicep, these I am actually wanting to, you know, do an eccentric and concentric movement. I am trying to like move the elbow. I was gonna say, oh, and if you're doing these, kind of some technique or some little pointers I would give is don't like bury your chest in the pad. Try to push your posture upright a little bit with your front leg, and kind of like arm wrestling, whatever leg or whatever arm you're doing, I would have that leg forward and be a little bit to the right. Tuck your elbow kind of into the middle of your body. To be honest, to get a little bit of a lock as it kind of comes down, similar to when you're, you know, arm wrestling. But it also just engages the shoulder more and allows you to do much heavier weight. Just be careful though, if y'all get injured, don't blame me. All right, 50 pounds for 10, 9, 8, 7. Alright, I'm doing 6 with 60. So yeah, this tournament that's coming up, and the tournaments that are being held in Texas primarily are done by TAL, Texas Arm Wrestling League. And I recently saw that Florida, for their East versus West qualifier, their weigh-in time was like 12 to 2, which to me is way more appropriate. You know, these tournaments are long, they take a long time to get started, and if you're a pro heavyweight, there's a good chance you are not getting on that table till much later in the day. And I think the TAL wants you to weigh in between like 9 and 11 or something like that, and it's just like, you know, I know y'all are running things and y'all have to be there like all day, but like we don't all want to be there all day, okay? It's just like one of the sacrifices you have to make to be the guy or whatever is you got to be there all day, but you shouldn't have to ask like everyone to be there all day with you, you know? It shouldn't take long to make brackets, okay? It's a computerized thing. Unless you're playing with the brackets, you should just be able to enter the names, okay? It shouldn't, you know, I don't buy that, you know, oh, we need y'all to get there early so we can make the brackets or whatever. No, it shouldn't take that long, you know. find out what weight I am, put all the names in there, you know, without playing with it too much, and the computer should do the rest of the work. So yeah, I just think it's ridiculous to try to, or to have to be there in the freaking AM to weigh in, okay? And I probably won't be there in the AM to weigh in, because I just think that's a ridiculous rule. Anyways, not to be too negative y'all, but come on now. Later weigh-ins is a progression, a natural progression that needs to happen, okay? Alright, this is 6 with 60. Alright, getting heavy. The only problem with what I'm doing, like I'm not going to like a max, is like your CNS will get more and more primed the heavier you go, to where like if I were to drop down to 75, it would probably feel lighter than it's gonna feel. It's probably gonna feel pretty heavy. But it is what it is. I'm just gonna go to 75 today and see how many I can do with that, and I'm gonna do some drop sets. Alright, pretty big boy weight time, 75 pounds. And again, this is fairly strict. This isn't me. This is I'm sitting down on this bench. I'm not like riding the weight down. 60 I already felt pretty heavy, so I mean I might not get like the most reps I've ever done with the 75 pound dumbbell, but I've been training pretty hard, and this is Tuesday. I had Sunday off, but that last week was hard. This week already has been hard. I had a hard workout yesterday, and already worked out a little bit today. So I'll do my best. Another thing as far as like East versus West I wanted to mention is, you know, a lot of people were saying, because it was like a 7-hour event, the last one, that, you know, maybe they should cut down the amount of competitors. You know, I don't know. I'll kind of disagree in some ways with that, because, you know, if they cut down the amount of competitors to like, let's say 5, you may never get asked back or asked to, you know, an East versus West event, because you know, it just might be every time the most in-demand arm wrestlers, like the champion versus the guy knocking on the door, and those would be like the 5 guys. But to get, you know, I understand where Ingen's coming with, trying to get, you know, exposure to more arm wrestlers, and I think that's a good idea. Up and coming arm wrestlers, or you know, just seeing different arm wrestlers, I think is pretty cool. It's a long event, but you don't necessarily have to watch the whole thing, and for those that do want to watch it, they have, you know, the option to watch it. And if you are paying for the event, I mean, it's not like super expensive, but this is arm wrestling, and I don't know, you're getting your money's worth in some ways when you have a lot of different matches to watch. So that's my opinion on it. I think it's okay that it's long. I mean, I'm not there, so I don't have to worry about being, you know, standing around the whole time or something like that. At the tournaments I go to, they're freaking all day, and I guess that's annoying. But I can see where the competitors might complain about it a little bit, but as far as us viewers go, I actually like having all the matches available. And again, it just lets you get to know some of these arm wrestlers that you just never heard of before. And anyways, all right, 75. Let me see how many I can do. Well, of course the dang battery died. I was like at rep 11, I was gonna take like a second breather and I look up and the freaking change battery pack, it popped up on the screen. So I did 4 more, you know, whether y'all think I'm lying or not. I mean, I don't really care. It's only a 75-pound dumbbell, but I did do 15, so. And just going back to the left arm rehab stuff. I will do some drop sets though after this. Alright, now that I've finished the top set with 75, I'm going to do drop sets with 60, 50, and 40. And that top set has already fatigued me, so these aren't like, you know, the best I could ever do if that was my goal, is to do like the most of 60. But I am going to try to do like basically as many reps as I can with 60, 50, 40 for my drop sets. I gotta at least do 15, right? I mean, I claimed to have done 15 to 75, which I did, but 75 again, I don't fatigue. That's 15. Starting to burn though. I'm still doing really boring sets of 50 with an 8-pounder. So the Devon and Sandres Sandres match is coming up this weekend. I'm definitely interested in seeing that one. That should be a good matchup. I think him and Prudnik was a good matchup, because I think Prudnik can kind of punch above his weight a little bit, but the reality is Prudnik is just a little bit small, honestly, for Devon. Sandres, though, he's bigger than Michael Todd. Jerry's heavier, but I would say he's naturally bigger than Jerry. So this will be a pretty good test, I think, for Devon. They both got long arms, they both got big hands. I think Sandres possesses some strengths that Devon doesn't, and I think Devon possesses some strengths that Sandres doesn't. I think Sandres probably has more arm, and I think Devon probably has more hand. So it'll be kind of, will one's strength overpower the other's? Will Devon's hand be too much, or will Sanders' arm be too much? It's a toss-up, honestly. I think it's very close, like 55-45, close, somewhere around there. But yeah, I'll not make a prediction on that one to not satisfy either competitor. No, y'all do y'all's best, let the best man win, and it'll be interesting to see. I don't like the fact, and again, not to be too negative or just be like a complainer or whatever, but you gotta like become a member or something. It's not like a monthly thing or whatever, a monthly subscription. Even if it's cheap, I mean, damn, there's just so much, you know. And if it's already a pay-per-view, just let it be a pay-per-view. Let it be a one-time charge, okay? I don't necessarily want to be an Arm Wars member. I appreciate what you're trying to do, but yeah, I probably won't even order it, honestly, just because of that fact alone, that it is like you have to become a member first or whatever. It's like, man, I don't have to jump through hoops or like commit to some long-term thing or something, you know, just I want to see pretty much that match. Like, we don't even know what the undercard matches are. I mean, some of them haven't started to become released, but anyways, yeah. Tell me in the comments who y'all think is gonna win between the two. Oh my gosh, my arms just like, weight just fell. I'm definitely getting fatigued. Let's see if I can get hit like 25. That's two. About halfway. Six more. Don't neglect your weaker or injured arms. Still do something with them, even if it's a pathetic amount of weight like I'm doing. Alright, this is my last set with 40 pounds. See if I can't hit like 30 or so. I'm getting pretty fatigued though, so we'll see what happens. If y'all made it this far in the video, I appreciate you guys watching. It means a lot to me. If y'all give me a like, subscribe, it makes a difference, and I'd appreciate it. I'll probably do some other stuff later, but I'm gonna have to go pick up my daughter and take her to dance here in a little bit. So this will wrap up the workout. Again, thanks for watching. And as far as this tournament coming up, you know, I pray that everybody stays safe, that everybody leaves, you know, uninjured and having had a good experience. And I appreciate all the competitors that do show up. It you know, for some of y'all it's old hat, you know, I'm comfortable with it, but regardless, it takes some balls to show up to a tournament and pull. So respect to all y'all are warriors. And I'm looking forward to gripping up with y'all. All right, see y'all.